Hey y'all, we are back. This is definitely the second part of this fucking video. Sorry. I literally came on this bitch with a whole entrance. Only one person called me, and it is not even this person's fault. It's Instagram's fault. But they exited out of the whole fucking video. So that is exactly why I'm here now speaking to y'all, kind of wheeling y'all in again because these motherfuckers really just didn't want to, cooperate. Um, Medusa, would you like to come in? You don't have to say much. We can wait for the others, but yeah, if you would like to chime in, speak on a few things, that'd be cool. Damn, they didn't just exited out of my fucking video. You bastards. I'm cussing y'all asses out. Not y'all in particular that's watching, but them satellite motherfuckers up there. How you doing, Victoria? I'm gonna call you in because they damn sure put a nigga out. But we're back. How you doing?
Hey, I'm
Man,
back.
you weren't here alone. Somebody called me and it kind of just messed up the connection. But
Oh, okay.
you see how motherfuckers be fucking with me while I'm doing something? And when I ain't fucking with them, they don't reach out at all.
Yeah, I see that. I see
Yeah.
that.
Damn. Family just
That's how
want
it be
you.
though.
Like, they don't even know why they want you half of the time. Like, they just want you. Like, ah.
It's a distraction. It's a distraction. That's all it
It,
is.
family is a very big distraction. Like, damn. I deal with it. I deal with it, though. Even though sometimes I be wanting to complain, but it's like, I know what the fuck it is.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I be
You
wanting to
know.
complain and just talk shit, but it's like I know exactly what it is, and it's not even like every time I know what it is. Like I'm a know-it-all. It's just more of like, God damn, like I feel it. Like a lot of times I just feel it. Like it's not even like I don't have to guess. I don't have to use my brain. Like it's like that feeling. But how you been? How you been, Lee? Leah? Leah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have to repeat that because you're going in and out.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, but I was saying, how you been, Leah? They didn't cut a nigga off for the second time today. But yeah, yeah, how
I've
you been?
been divinely aligned. I'm gonna say
Perfect.
I don't even like using the word blessed and stuff like that. 'Cause I know it's like
I,
matrix terms, but
that's why I
I've
know
been
you don't.
divinely
Yeah.
aligned. I'm
Hmm.
divinely aligned.
Perfect.
Remember remember within this so-called COVID shit, I can say
Hmm.
it like that. Remember, we're creating our vision in divineness. That's what COVID means.
Hmm. Oh wow, creating our vision in divineness. Oh
Divineness.
yes. Wow, that's beautiful. Because it makes so much
So we're
sense. Like
creating our vision. So
yeah. Hmm. Because that's
through this
exactly
matrix.
that's exactly what they are attacking. Our vision,
Hmm.
because if they can fuck up how we speak to each other using our throat chakra, our vision is already damaged because they took our point.
Exactly.
Hey, how you
That's it.
doing, man? Brandy Renee? If you would like to come in, we gonna call you in, baby. We gonna call you in.
Was P Doctor
P Doctor, how
12,
you
was he trying
doing?
to get on here? Were they trying to get on here?
I'm trying to see. Yeah, I think Brandy trying to come. Yeah, but Pete Doctor Medusa, if you would like to join, we would. We gonna accept you. How you doing?
Hello.
Brandon
Hey.
Renee. We
Oh, I
got
made
Brandon
it.
Renee in this motherfucker. That's what I'm talking about.
I made
That's what I'm
it.
talking about. See? You see how
Okay.
all this is working out, it's working out the way it's
See?
supposed to. So
Yes. Yes,
Right.
it
mhm.
is. But yeah, I don't want to interrupt where you guys were at because I heard you saying the acronym for COVID, and I'm loving that.
Yes.
I
She's
love
gonna have
it.
to repeat it. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Creating our vision in divineness.
Yes. I love that.
Wow.
I've been saying similar things to that since lockdown began. Like, this is perspective, and we can be shut down and, just dwell in depression and sadness, or we can do something and we can work on ourselves and do that shadow work while
Yes.
we're at home. So yeah, we're all on the same page for sure.
Well,
Listen, I'm
Kanye
all
said,
for it.
look, Kanye said it best. You love lockdown. There you go.
Exactly. Let your love line down. Your love line down. But not even just that. This shit deals with insecurities, but insecurities actually kill people. That's what people not understanding the
Yeah.
depth of this lockdown. So that's why that acronym you came up with, it's about creativity
Mm-hmm.
and entrepreneurship.
Yes.
They're killing a bunch of niggas that are insecure. Really. Sorry, a lot of people that are dying, it's not what we think it is. It's really their level of ability to adapt and they
Mm-hmm.
just get taken out. The vibration becomes too high and they come up with all kinds of excuses as to why certain people die, and it ain't got nothing to do with that. They just operated from a lower vibration and they weren't able to stay here any longer.
Yeah.
That's what this is. This is about power now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is in this power rush, and it's almost like everybody's fighting to get to the top. It's like a big fucking wrestling match. Literally, it's a war. This
Yeah.
is war. COVID is war because it's a war on creativity. Your ability to create depicts your mind. If you can't create anything, your mind is not intact. Imagination and creativity is your right brain. If you can't imagine, you can't receive either. You can't observe information because you don't have that creative aspect that allows you to be broad. You stay in one box. You stay into that left brain that makes you and allows you to just only be linear.
Mm.
Put into that box, the sun. So people worshiping sun gods and only sun gods, those particular people have to find that balance that will allow them to tap more into that creative aspect,
Mm.
that demonic
Right.
aspect. And when you tap into that demonic aspect, you're dealing with moon goddesses. You're
Right.
dealing with moon gods. You're dealing with gods that deal with death. All gods that deal with death deal with the moon. It's impossible to do anything other than. Dying is the moon.
Mm.
Literally,
Yeah.
dying is the fucking
Yeah.
moon because it's self-reflection. If you have to self-reflect, that means you have already been.
Mm.
So you're just reflecting back what you've already received anyway. That's why the moon is so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
That's why werewolves, when they come out, like they emotional.
Yeah.
They emotional because they don't have control. They're tapping into a new sense of power of feeling, and it get them wooing. Woo!
Yeah.
And that's the stage we in right now. We in the woo stage,
Yeah.
and they are upset. Look at what they doing now. They still cutting her off. She not even talking.
I know.
They not even talking. They supposed to be cutting me off. They cut her off. You see the hate? Y'all are hating.
Uh, but yeah,
But yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
I've been loving aspects of of quarantine and lockdown, because I have been
Me
able
too.
to safely explore all these things that I was so scared to explore. All the moon goddesses, like I was, I think partially because the way I was raised and everything, that very fear-based and whatnot, that I didn't get a chance to explore that shadow side. And now that I've been going through it, my creativity is off the chart.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm doing things I never in a million years thought I'd be doing. So I wish everybody was on the same page as us, but I understand it's, you know, like it's just not that way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I just like listening to y'all.
No, but that's beautiful, because the crazy thing about what you said is, if people actually became more creative, this world would end way faster than what the fuck it's supposed to do. It's
Mm,
over now. But if people start being more creative, that opens up more portals. When people open up
right.
more portals, people don't even close those portals. That's another thing people don't do. When you open up a certain mindset, you close off that mindset before you leave and jump into a new mindset, because there's already a portal open from the mindset you are already entertaining. Like if you want to go to a movie, your mind, your moon, aka your mind, is gonna be on that movie. But if you shift your mind into something else, you just jumped into another dimension. Literally. No matter if that dimension is lower or higher, you went into a new space. A dimension is just a space, you know, a
Okay.
box. A
Mm-hmm.
dimension is literally logic. So when we have to get placed into logic at some point, just for identification and light. We have to. But for people who tap into higher levels of creativity, or just tapping into creativity in general, that will cause the world to go haywire. That's why they
Yeah.
need people to continuously follow these lines that they got in the fucking banks and all of these fucking
Right.
stores.
Right.
They don't even be having blockages to stop people from walking into certain spots. They literally just got stickers on the floor with feet showing people, look, nigga, pay attention, walk in this line. And you see a bunch of people just walking in line. And it's like, motherfucker, ain't nothing stopping me from walking directly from this position to over there
Uh-huh.
but these stickers. But yeah, you got everybody following in line, just we having a good day. They don't even realize it. Niggas, they coming up with a new structure to trap y'all niggas. And then the
Oh,
people that you just see walk outside the line, they gonna automatically be looked at as the
mm,
enemy. Cause it's like, oh, they doing something they ain't supposed to be doing there. We all
yeah.
following the rules, but they ain't. They
Yeah.
stepped out of line. And that's what this war is about.
Mm.
The resistance versus the others.
But
If you resist,
how do you see my frustration with what everything that's going on is like I just want to get back to normal life. So I keep putting myself in the box and in the line, you know, so we can proceed. But like how do you, I don't know, how do you stay authentic but still, you know what I'm trying to say? Like
no, I get what you're saying 100%. It's actually no way around it. It's no way around it.
how
Like
do I win
even when
and
it
win? like,
even when it comes to the mask, you ain't never gonna see me with no mask on. But when I go out in public and I actually have to walk into a store, I will wear a mask.
uh-huh.
But trust me, if I'm walking out, you're going to see me take the fucking mask off. I'm not about promoting the mask at all, because I'm not even about that shit. I
Uh-huh.
hate wearing masks. You're not supposed to be wearing the motherfuckers because it cuts your circulation. And when it fuck with your circulation, it fuck with your crown chakra and your spirit,
Right.
because
Yes.
the
Definitely.
circulation is the energy. It's
Right.
the circulation. It's the
Yeah.
circle. It's the right brain.
Mm-hmm.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Everything always tie back to the divine feminine.
Yeah.
And that is their attack always, and it has to be. because this is a male patriotic system that only want to see the male to be on top. And it ain't never been about that. Because first of all, Earth is feminine.
Right.
So that's not possible, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I know this is about to be a little bit sidetracked, but I've been doing a lot more channeling lately as well. And I realized that when women, this happened into sex actually, when women actually get turned on, their vaginas actually get hard.
Right.
And the vaginas get hard because of that muscle, that attraction, it pulls.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that I noticed is a lot of guys will feel a certain type of way when they enter a woman during intercourse and the woman is too tight. She's too tight because she's very attracted. She's
Mm.
very turned on. When she got turned on, her vagina got hard, like a
Mm-hmm.
penis. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I always say the vagina is the penis. The
Mm-hmm.
clitoris is the penis,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
literally. Um, and that's exactly why in ways we all release fluids in the same way, but it's also different at the same time for that balance.
Right.
Women ejaculate inside because the clitoris, which her penis is inward,
Right.
and the male, males have orgasms as well, but their anal, their the way that they have an orgasm is through the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
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 So it's been in between that space of the balls and the asshole.
Right.
That's where our sensitivity is. Not that I've
Right.
experienced anything with dealing with, penetration with, the asshole, because I've never been the type of guy into that. Besides, on a side note, I've never been into,
Mm-hmm.
fucking anything in the asshole. That's because I just know it's too dry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't get wet naturally for me to perform. But I've realized in even watching gay porn, because I do it all. When I'm dealing with my occult work, I tap into everything.
Mm-hmm.
We can't leave no stones unturned. So when I
Right.
watch porn, I realize the guy's penis actually doesn't get hard when he's being penetrated by another guy in particular. Now, I'm not into gay porn at all because it doesn't turn me on. But at one point in my life, of course, I was very confused on my sexuality due to molestation from
Mm-hmm.
three of my family members that are very close to me: my mom, my father, and my brother.
Mm.
Not that has to, and I know this has a dark turn, but today is really about just shaking things up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I watched gay porn because at one point I had a problem with me discovering what my sexuality was. But what I discovered, the more and more I searched, is that I'm androgynous. I'm not attracted to men, but I want to know the depth of what man can do because man is female, literally. We all are literally women out here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I wanted to know the depth of what stimulates me because it always had to turn back to me at some point because it was me who was battling with sexuality. Of
Right.
course, I have confirmation now. Of course, I'm aware now. But at those times, I was watching gay porn to study. I
Right.
wanted to see if I got hard when I looked at porn. And I would always look and I would be like, man, this shit not attractive to me. Why do I keep thinking that I need to come back to this gay porn if it's not even about me?
Mm.
Literally, this
Gotcha.
ain't even about
Gotcha.
me. I was literally just confused because of how I was brought up,
Right.
or what happened to me allowed me to self-reflect and just get deeper and deeper into understanding what my true spirituality really meant in the first place.
So did when you started that journey of self-discovery, were
Yeah.
you being taught by a teacher leading you in any direction, or was this all kind of came to you and on your own with connecting with spirit, or how did you go about navigating in the beginning, if
Oh
you
well, in the
remember?
beginning, oh, that's actually a wonderful question. I like see questions like that. It allows me to think a lot more. But what really allows me to time travel, because if you time traveling, you actually just thinking. It's that simple.
Mm,
That's why
mm,
they call it these magnificent things, because they're so simple to the point where we think they're grand.
right.
But yeah, I just started out by watching many videos, you know. I watched things like Bobby Hemmett, of course, Brother Panic. Um, I watched a lot of older people because I was always drawn to the older crowd
That makes
because
sense.
I'm very old. I'm young, but I'm very old.
Yes, yes.
And I was always drawn to figuring out what's underneath, you know. Like I was never satisfied with what I completely seen. I always wanted to see,
Hmm.
okay, I see the cover, but what allows that cover to completely cover, if that makes sense?
Yeah,
What's under there, you
yeah.
know?
Hmm.
And Bobby Hemmett definitely took me there. Panic, yes, we have to give them credit. I don't discredit any of those people because we needed those people. But Bobby Hemmett really took me there because he allowed me to feel like I shouldn't give a fuck. So
Right.
3, 4 years ago, tapping into Bobby Hemmett, he allowed me to feel like I don't give a fuck and I should explore.
Right.
And I went with that. I'm like, you know what?
Right.
Why do I care so much about how people feel? That's what fucked me up with, my insecurities.
Hmm.
Is because I cared too much about what other people felt about me. And most adults are like that. Like adults out here now who we think are doing well, they're very insecure and not even trying to figure out what insecurity is a big problem. It's a detriment to you because insecurities really it allows you to know that you're not being your motherfucking self. And that's what the world is about. The world is about being yourself no matter what. And you want to attract what you want anyway. That's why we see these motherfuckers who ain't got no talent. They out here doing what they want. They don't care. But guess what? They also being they self too. So we don't think they
Hmm.
got talent. We don't think they got a lot of things,
Yeah.
but they being exactly who the
Right.
fuck they want to be, and they
Mhm.
accept that. But that's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what
Right.
this is.
True.
And I
Right.
realized this over the week. I'm like, this is a game of you. This is a game of you accepting yourself. That's literally what it's all about. It's not about nothing else. Like
Hmm.
this is about you literally being yourself. You releasing that demon that's been holding you down here for so fucking long, because
Hmm.
we've all been held down here for so long. Don't y'all want to get the fuck out this shit? Y'all don't want to be in skin. Y'all don't want to be in skin forever. Like y'all want to be free. Like,
Yeah.
and that's what drugs and things are for. Those people you see dancing at clubs and stuff like that. Like some of those people don't even gotta be on drugs. If they just did if they just did things without caring about how others feel, without harming people,
Yeah.
that was already the fucking drug.
Yes.
That's doing drugs is all about not caring.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
people do drugs, because
Yeah.
when they do drugs, it lets them be free. They already in the spirit world. So if you
Right.
already free, when you go into a club and you dancing, you don't give a fuck who looking at you. You showing out, you
Right.
doing
Hmm.
what you need to do. You in the spirit world already. And that's why people are watching you because they see you doing something out of the norm.
Yeah.
And something out of the norm is spiritual. The normality is the physical realm. It's masculine energy.
Right.
Right.
Abnormal is very, very
Right.
feminine
Mm-hmm.
I do want
because
to
it's out of
touch
the
on
box.
something.
Hmm.
I do want to touch on something that you said about the word insecurity. That word, sometimes you got to take words and you got to flip it from its
Yeah.
actual meaning. And insecurity, when you break that word down, it really means going inward to get your security. That's what it means.
Wow.
Not getting it on the outside. You go within.
Hercules,
Okay.
Yeah.
Hercules,
And
Hercules.
and it all starts, and I always say this, it all starts with going into the melanin. The melanin is your soul. That's the center of your soul. If you really look at your soul is dark. It's sinister.
Mhm.
It's darkness. It's supposed to be that because it's the cosmic world. When you go into the outer space, which is actually inner space, it's darkness. That's where your true light is in. And a lot of people don't understand what that word insecurity is. See, society flip that word so you won't touch insecurity, thinking that you got to hide from yourself. You get what I'm saying? You got to put up this barrier. So it's
Conform.
basically a spell. Okay, that's
Yeah.
taking on the world's form of it. So you putting on that spell, and you thinking that you're inadequate, I could say, and you thinking that you are how can how explain this? They look at you as a not well. They look at you as a threat as well, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
they also try to make you feel inferior, and you're not inferior.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word I
Yeah.
wanted to use.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And you're not. You're more powerful than what you know. But like I said, just that word alone, insecurity, it means to go in and get your
Yeah.
security.
Exactly.
That's where it's at. That's where it's at. You are when you come to this world. When you come into this world, you was already set. Ain't nothing was wrong with
Exactly.
you from
You're
the beginning.
secure.
You was
You're already
equipped.
perfect.
You had everything
Mm-hmm.
with you.
Yeah. Wow.
So
We actually become insecure the older we get. But not only that, the more logic we gain, the more insecure we become. So literally, the more we don't know about, the less insecure we literally are. Damn,
right,
ain't that a motherfucker? If you don't even care about looks in general, do you have too much to be insecure about? Like, if you just really don't give a fuck about yourself,
Mm-hmm.
is that really insecure?
hmm,
Mm-hmm.
right.
That's
It's something
another
to think
thing that I
about.
want,
Yeah.
because it's like, is it really like if our thoughts are
Right.
not even our thoughts, because they're not. Our thoughts are not even our own fucking thoughts. They come from other places because it's so broad. Everything is so broad. Spirit
Right.
is so broad. That's why when some people hear certain voices and they see certain places and shit and they think they're making it up, you're never just making up anything. Everything comes from somewhere. You just have to
Right.
realize and accept where it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
If you can even find out what that is. But yes, the whole thing with insecurity is so broad. It's like, but the only thing that could really take over insecurities is to really just be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what spirituality is about.
Right.
Y'all make it out of this motherfucking place by being yourself.
Right.
Right.
And,
Right.
and every
Right.
time and every time you be yourself, guess what? Somebody gonna fuck with you. Cause you in that chaotic energy. You notice every time you just having fun and you not worried, and somebody out of nowhere just boom. You might even got a child to come tap you on the shoulder aggressively. And
Yeah.
you like, motherfucker, what?
Yeah.
Damn, like I was in the zone and you came and fucked it up. Like,
Uh-huh.
and you feel it, and it's like, damn, that's what I like being in. Being being comfortable with yourself is a drug. That's what the fuck it is. Because that's why people take drugs anyway, because they don't fucking feel secure with themselves. So if you taking drugs, or even if you're not taking drugs, and you feel good about what you do and how you move, and you're receptive and compassionate towards others as well. Because you can't just do you and just completely not give a fuck about other people. That's because that's not compassion. You're
Right.
not dealing with the heart right there, because even though you are literally the only one that exists in your dimension, unless you realize who we are, other people don't even exist where you are. Your kid,
Right.
your husband, your wife, your dog, none of those motherfuckers even exist, because you only realize it for being what it is because you have a frequency of those particular people. If you never seen them before, if you never communicated with them before, if you never touched them before, like anything dealing with the senses, if you've never come encounter with them before, you have no identification as to who those particular people are. So
Right.
therefore, they don't even exist at all until you acknowledge them.
Mm.
That's how powerful you are. You so powerful. You are the only one that's here, actually. I'm only here because you realize who I am.
And that's
Is
what
that,
makes you real.
and that's what makes me real. I'm not even real until Brianna say I'm real. Well, that's not my bad. I'll be fucking up people's name. Uh, what's your name
I'm
again? Well, I know Lee, but I know your name is. Let me see.
Are you talking to me?
Brandy. I'm
Yeah.
confusing
Oh
Brandy
wait,
with
because my
my
phone
bad.
froze
It's
too.
fucking me up. Cause I'm like, it's
Right.
not Brianna. Cause when I said it, I noticed you paused. You was like,
No, my
nigga, I
phone
know
was
you.
pausing.
Nigga,
You're like,
I
are you
know you're
talking
not
to
gonna
me?
just fuck my name up. I just spoke to you. No, but I got it confused with Brianna because I seen the R, the E, and the EE
Right.
after that. So
Uh-huh.
it confused me. My bad. I've got to slow the fuck down. I'm aware of shit that I gotta just get correct or balance out. But yeah, sometimes I just gotta slow the fuck down. But yeah, Brianna. What? Fuck. See, I fucked up again. Brandy.
You know what? No, I don't.
My bad. But Lee, yeah, of course I know who Leah is.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's really just about us. It's about us, but we have to also accept everything. Well, not even everything, except what's necessary into our space. And space is literally the subconscious mind. Every time you speak to somebody, you're already downloading whatever they're saying into your subconscious mind, especially if you looking at them and paying attention.
Right.
You already downloading that shit. So if they saying some dumb shit, you're going to be like, you're going to go back later. You're going to use your memory bank, which is your subconscious mind, which is the spirit world, the divine feminine, that demonic aspect of who you are. You gonna tap back into that memory bank, which is the right brain, and be like, what the fuck was that person really talking about?
Yeah.
Because I heard them, I seen them, but I really don't know what the fuck they were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna get that a lot with people nowadays, because there's gonna be a lot of people just more and more confused. You're gonna tell the ones who aren't confused, but a lot of those people, you probably won't even come encounter with those people in person. That's exactly why we're on the internet now, and that's exactly why all of these platforms are trying to get these, cameras, and they're trying to get these video chats to be more appealing, because they know it's becoming more and more digital.
Mm.
They trying to push out the old people like us with just more technology. That's all. They don't want us to communicate in person. And I'm not for that.
Yeah.
I don't even like to text people, or I really don't even like to call people like that. I do it, but that's really my only way of really being more direct with my communication.
Yeah.
If I could just show up to somebody's fucking house and I'm welcome, I would do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Right.
might even get tired of my motherfucking ass. She'll be like, damn, Tavon over here again. Damn, the nigga was just over here yesterday. But yeah, like I'm more of a communicating person in that manner.
Right.
But yeah. Yeah,
And
I
just
kind of told.
understand that just understand we're talking about all this on a godhood level. So if you gotta understand, like even what Tavon was talking about traumas, like doing your shadow work and all that other stuff. Understand that traumas, any type of trauma, that's dealing with the human experience. That's it.
Yes.
That's why the shadow work is important after you've been awoken and the ancestors have chosen you to be awoken. You have to do your shadow work to remove all those layers of the human self, because you no longer consider yourself as being a human.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the hardest thing. I'm telling you, it's the hardest thing to break away from, because once you realize who you are and the ancestors show you who you are, you're gonna have motherfuckers, I don't care if it's friends, families, they're gonna come back to you trying to remind you of that human person that you used to be. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to wipe away all of that. That's no longer a part of you. You don't identify yourself as that. Like, I don't like calling myself a human. That's why I say I'm a citizen of the universe. I'm not a citizen of the United States. I own this shit.
Yes.
If I wanna blow this motherfucker down right now, I could. That's how powerful I am, and I know that.
Me too. And it's like, wow.
You have
Yeah.
to train yourself like that. This is nothing. I'll say this. This is nothing that I knew overnight. But this is I'm gonna tell you who opened this door for me was Dr. Delbert Blair.
Delbert Blair
Is what
yeah.
got me on that. Once he was saying, once you identify yourself as a god, anything else you got to eliminate it. You're no longer a human. It started from there, and then it started to Bobby Hemmett, and then so forth and so on. And then Brother C. Freeman L. There's another one.
Yeah.
He put me on game.
See, I'm learning.
Yes.
I'm just gonna out myself now. I don't know who any of those people were you just named.
Okay.
That's fine.
Look them up. That's fine. That's fine. That's good. That's good. By us telling you that, that's opening up your psyche to say, you know what? I'm gonna look these people up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's gonna make you wanna.
I've been having those.
It's gonna make you wanna research them. Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah, I've been having those thoughts, and then I immediately correct myself when I'm like, wait, why am I thinking like that? Like, okay, you're going a little too outside of the box, like slow your roll. But I know I'm getting these messages and downloads from spirit, and so I know it is real. You know, I know it's coming from somewhere, but I still go back and forth from my right brain and left brain. I'm working through it and stuff. And that's why I enjoy talking to you guys and just listening. And you know,
right? You're right. What it is it's your godhood, it's your goddesshood that's battling with your human side. That's what it is, and it's conflicting each other. Yeah, and you have to be the one. That's why it's important to go within your soul and get healed with the melanin within. Because once you do that, you have to make a choice right then and there to say, hey, either I'm going to be a human 100% or I'm going to be a goddess 100%.
Right.
Okay. You have to make that choice. You have to be stern to do that. You can't be going back and forth. You get what I'm saying? That's just like people that try to mix religion with spirituality. You can't do that shit. You got to pick one or the other. Either you're going to be spiritual all the way, or you're going to be following Jesus' ass all the way. You can't go back and forth.
I want to yell, but you're talking, and I can't do that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, why are they cutting her off? Okay, there we go.
Oh, y'all stop fucking with her now. I'm going to cut the purple lights on.
I know.
I'm going to cut the purple light on.
I
know what I was saying. Yeah, if you can hear me now, like I was saying, you can't, just like with spirituality, either you're gonna be spiritual or you're gonna be religious. You can't mix the two. You can't be going pray to Jesus or whoever the fuck you want to believe in, and then turn around and do the conscious work. You can't do it.
Yes.
Can't do it. You got to choose. And I know it's a battle, and it's okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, sister, it's okay. I've been down
Yes.
this road, so you're not doing nothing wrong. And don't
At
beat
all.
yourself up for that. When you do have those thoughts, just understand it's your human side that's gotten so comfortable being human, it don't want to let go of that aspect. So you
Right.
gonna fight with your spirit. Your spirit is coming through. You get what I'm saying? Your soul is coming through, and you transforming. But your human side don't want to let that go. Because you
At
know
all.
why?
Right.
Once you kill that human side, you won't be able to reincarnate and back into this life. And your human side knows that. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Your human
Yes.
side wants to continue living.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? It wants to continue living. It wants to reincarnate.
Yeah.
But your soul don't want that. Your soul wants to say, hey, I want to learn the lessons through this life, pass through this life, so I can be on another planet and not come
Yeah.
back to this shithole. Because this earth is the shithole. Yeah, I know it's a goddess. I know
Right.
it's a feminine energy, but it's a shithole.
It is a shit. Yeah, that's what it is. Cause that's what man made it. Man made the divine feminine a shithole.
Right.
Like man made Earth a shithole. Like
Mm-hmm.
Lilith was
See,
before all of this shit. And then
see,
next thing you
Earth,
know, yeah.
see, Earth. I'm gonna tell you a key here, and you're gonna learn this whenever you do tap into Bobby Hemmett.
Okay.
Mhm.
Earth is the God that the God that they pray to in the Catholic Church or Christianity is a Dollar, if I'm pronouncing it right. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
and he rules this domain, and he's a trickster. Okay,
Mhm.
he's a trickster, and his whole point is to trick people to worship in him, so he can continue to live through this aspect, because Earth is his world. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So your human self has a connection to a dollar bar. Okay, however you pronounce his name. That's who you have a connection with. So that's why you always fighting and battling with your human self, because your human self wants to be tied to this earth, just like a dollar bar is tied to this earth.
Mhm.
But your soul, I'm telling you, listen to your soul, listen to your spirit. That's why meditation is so important.
Right.
Okay, meditate. Any forms of meditation. It don't have to just be, doing this or whatever. Any forms of meditation, just go in deep, because you'll be able to listen to your soul, what your soul wants. And not only that, you'll be able to listen to the ancestors, and they'll be able to tell you and give you downloads. This is what you need to do. That's what you need to do.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
I'm
She was
on the
fucking
same page.
you,
I
you,
wonder though too. Do you guys think that listening to more of does the human side of me also include like that inner child work? Does that make sense? Like when I'm working,
yes. Mhm.
that's
Yes, it
huge.
does.
It's all dealing with childhood. All of this deals with childhood because that's where everything goes back to.
Yeah.
You weren't tampered with when you were first born
Right.
as the being you were until you grew older and you developed more and more of an ego. Here
Right.
now, you develop more and more of the
The
ego, that
ego. Yeah.
masculine energy that ties you to, this bullshit. You develop that more and more, and next thing you know, children become insecure,
Right.
children become self-doubters,
Mm-hmm.
and a
Right.
child don't know what self-doubt is until their
They're
parent
taught.
or their surroundings
Mm-hmm.
create
Mm-hmm.
that
Right.
particular action.
Right.
Action
Right.
now. If it's an action, that's masculine energy. So, yes.
Okay. Okay. I like it.
Wow.
You
We,
learning.
yeah, like
Yeah.
you really know
It's
how
we
to
all
really
bring
we
things
all
together.
learning.
yeah. It's really
Yes, we all learning for
it's
sure.
reaffirming everything that you guys are saying. Because like I said, stuff I've been feeling, things that when I do meditate, these are the things that come up. So
Yeah.
I just appreciate hearing it from you guys, and it's also honestly stuff that I've been learning from my 3-year-old, because
Oh wow,
yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
is
beautiful.
he
That's
is
beautiful.
so connected to the moon. He is just obsessed with the moon, and because of his obsession, it allowed me to start researching more, and then getting into my shadow work was literally because of this little person who is more connected to anything than I am. So this is wonderful. Yeah,
that's beautiful. And you said, how old is he?
He's 3. He'll be 4 this year.
Right.
Wow, that's beautiful. See, he's dealing with that Christ energy, 3, and he telling you about the moon. Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, he's pure. He's pure and innocent because he don't know what adulthood is. See, adulthood is what kills us. When you start doing that adulthood shit, thinking that I'm grown, I'm gonna say this: when you think you grown, and that's why I don't like using that word, but when you think you grown, that means you don't have room for growth. You're not gonna grow. You have a stopping point. So there's no such thing as being an adult or being grown. Stay as a child, because you gotta understand the game that's being played on you. If you think that you're grown, that means that you're gonna be exiting soon, and that's another tactic to kill us off this earth. To try to kill us off this earth. You can never kill us off, because like me and Tavon were talking about, we the batteries, baby. We the batteries. We what makes this motherfucker keep rolling. Without us, ain't no caucus person can live. Because we're the inventors, the creators, the innovators, all of it.
Yes.
It all begins with us. But yes, to get back to the point, because I don't want to get down a rabbit hole, a rabbit trail, but to get back to the point, stay innocent. Always stay as a child. Stay innocent. Don't let that adulthood, paying bills, having this, having that, don't let that cut you off from your innocence. And your innocence is what keeps your heart chakra pure, loving, caring, and compassionate. That's what keeps it thriving. Yeah. You know, and then you can be very forgiving towards yourself, forgiving towards people that don't deserve it. Yes.
Like when kids get into fights, they forgive each other very quick.
Oh yeah.
But guess what? When adults get into fights, they hold on to that.
Yes, and their
Where
heart.
do you think they hold? They literally hold on to trauma after a fight.
Yeah.
Kids shake hands, they hug each other, they give each other gifts, may give each other some chips. But they're showing compassion even as a fucking child.
Yeah.
This child is showing his compassion to what confrontations him and the other had. Or her and the other had.
Yeah.
And if a child can give compassion and it's beautiful, you see it clear as day, why can't adults do that? Because when the older adults get, the more their ego rises as well.
Yeah. And that's what I've been since becoming a parent. I've pretty much went against the norm of what I've been told when it comes to, I feel like as soon as you have that baby in your arms, they're forcing them to grow up immediately. Make sure they're not as connected to you. Make sure they're out of your bed by the time they're 6 months. Make sure they're independent. Make sure they're alone. Make sure that they are going to be out of the house at 18 and you're done with them. And it's like, what is the point of all of that? And I'm like, so you get shamed a lot for, my kid still sleeps with me. And I'm like, he wants to be connected with me. We have amazing conversations and amazing, like, just that bonding experience. And I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but yeah, just it starts from, honestly, even before he was out of me, I was being told what I need to do as soon as he is on the other side in the physical world of how do you hurry up and get him molded and hardened. Because life is so hard. And,
life is so hard.
It's so hard, and we got to fight for all of it.
Right.
And you got to make sure he has a better life than you had because your life was bad and hard. And that's such a downer. And I'm like, why is this all so negative? But yet we're so happy to want to kick him out. And I don't.
Right.
Yeah. So, sorry, Mike.
Yeah, and
I'll answer that for you. You got to realize we've been programmed taught by the Europe. I ain't gonna even say Europeans. I'm gonna say by the Caucasus community. Okay. And this is how they're training their kids. And all those things that they taught was trickled down to us that, okay, this is how y'all gonna raise y'all kids. This is what y'all gonna do. And it's a program. So we've been, like you were just saying, we were programmed, even us, we were even programmed to be raised that same way. But guess what? We have the power to break that and get back to our native roots. And I don't want to just say African, because really we're not just African, we the whole goddamn universe. So because we everywhere, you know, we just not in Africa, but I'm just using it as a reference back to the African traditions and teachings, because when you really look into how we raised people back in the ancient times, how we raised children, it's completely different. The programming is completely different. It was more of a, you know, how that saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. It literally was that. That's how we did things. And it was from a loving place. It's not just the way we're taught from the Caucasus.
As soon as she said caucus, they put the circle on. It was like, oh, yeah, you motherfuckers, I'm kill y'all niggas.
No, but the way the Caucasus, how they taught, okay, the Caucasians, how they taught was basically, it made a dysfunction. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's a saying, everything is not for everybody. Their teachings are not for us. The way they eat, the things they eat is not for us. We're not supposed to eat the things that they eat.
Right.
Their taste buds are different from us. Even the way they perform sex is different from us.
Way different.
I mean, everything is different. And even, I mean, all the teachings is different. It don't apply to us. So that's the reason why you was like what you were saying, how, you know, how everything is programmed, where it's training your child to just hurry up and be on their own and hurry up and be an adult. That's why. It's the programming.
Yeah.
I just am surprised at how much pushback I get from people, because to me it seems like such a elementary concept of, you know, it takes a village, and that I want my child to have a open heart. Like I don't, it just boggles my mind sometimes.
I'll say this. Don't be surprised that it bothers your mind. Even though you have people that will, I'm gonna say this: all response is a good response, whether it's a bad response or a good response. If they don't agree to you, good. If they do agree with you, good. You got to get in that mindset that this is what you're gonna have to do. And I'm telling you, start researching. Start researching, mama. Start researching. Start getting into Bobby Hemmett. I'm telling you.
I'm going to.
You got to get into a frame of mind that you don't give a fuck. I know it's gonna be mind blowing to you.
No, it's gonna be
it's gonna be mind blowing to you how other people respond to you, and how they're like, oh my goodness, you shouldn't be doing that, blah blah blah. But it's okay. Let them think that way. That's free will. You understand what I'm saying? Just like you have a free will to think however the fuck you want to think and say whatever the fuck you want to say. That's the part of your birthright. That is your birthright, your free will.
It is.
That's you being a god. That's you being a God. You being the generator, operator, destroyer. That's it. So that's good. Let them respond however they want to respond. But you know what makes the difference is how you react.
Right. Yes.
That's what makes the difference.
Yeah, most of the time I'm just quiet. But now I'm finding my voice more and more, which is why I'm even like on this live, because this is not something I would normally do. But I'm slowly coming out of my box and I guess revealing myself to the world of the way I've been feeling and the things that I've known for so long. But now I'm revealing it, and that in itself is so empowering, terrifying. But knowing I have people like you all to speak to, it really, you guys have no idea how much this helps.
No.
Look, Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
you.
I'm gonna tell you like this, baby. I'm gonna tell you straight up, and I know it takes work. It takes work, and it's coming from a divine feminine woman right here. Okay, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you like this. You're gonna get to a point where you so bold, you're not gonna give a fuck. Cause I can tell you straight up, and it should be no surprise to no one. I'm a witch. I'll tell you
Yeah,
straight up, I'm a witch.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. And I do
Beautiful. A
destructive shit.
beautiful,
I
beautiful
will
witch.
fuck
Thank you.
somebody up. So not only am I just a warlock, I fuck
can I just
people
add
up
something real quick?
for a living. But what's up, Keith? How you doing? I wanted to be silent until the queens finished talking. But how are you doing, sir? I'm happy to see you.
I'm well. I'm glad to be here finally. And it's a beautiful thing because I was supposed to get on here a few times, but whatever the circumstances was, I just wasn't allowed to. But I'm glad to be here now and to share space with you guys, and I'm just looking forward. And one thing I just wanted to add to what you guys were saying, it's just so interesting to me, seeing how we live in like a patriarchal society, right? So
Mhm.
they try to suppress women in any way, shapes, or form, but at the same time, they're afraid of their power. So
They are.
it's just interesting.
Yes.
Like,
It's sick. It's sick in the head. The male patriotic system is sick in the head. You're using feminine energy every time you do anything. That is already the other aspect of you that you hate so much.
Mm.
That's you. You can't even do what you need to do, which is hate the woman if you ain't got her. You can't hate her without her. That's fucking crazy.
think about
You
it goes so deep to where
That's the dysfunction.
yes.
back in colonial times they would like put on wigs and wear robes instead of just allowing women to play that role. Like,
Yes.
what's the point in doing all of that when you have natural born women that could do it?
Exactly. You have an actual being that is that particular energy that you need anyway, because you can't even function without feminine energy. Feminine energy is the basis of all energy. Like, and feminine energy is just chaos.
Right.
So when it's
I'll
empty,
tell you this. I'll tell you this, not to interrupt you, but I'll tell you, I have the answer to that of why they do that. Because they're trying to birth something brand new through a man. It's like a mirror effect, like going backwards, like ass backwards, literally.
yeah.
They don't okay, because like everything comes from the black woman. It always has from the beginning of time. So what they're trying to do is flip it where it comes from a white man. Everything
Mhm.
comes.
From a white man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's the whole reason, like for the transgenders and stuff, and like they're trying to take like the women's uterus and place it in a transgender and all that because they're trying to birth something new so they can say they're creators. They're the creators like us. In other words, try to copycat us, but flip it. That's why, and it's
Mhm.
not gonna work
And see,
because that's not nature. That's not natural. That's not the natural order. It's
At
gonna
all.
always fail.
It's gonna always fail, just like technology. What they are doing is they are trying to be technical, and technology is always chaotic. This motherfucking
Thank you.
camera been fucking up since she been on here. So if that ain't telling you the spirit is around, because the spirit is chaotic,
mm-hmm.
it has no form, it can be anything. You dealing with this fucking technology and it's fucking buffering. Like that's the spirit intervening. What is the spirit saying to you?
Talk about it. Talk about it.
What is the spirit saying to you? See how I keep buffering over her screen?
Uh-huh.
It ain't buffered me yet, but it keep buffering her. It
Yep.
keep buffering
Every
me.
time she has something to say.
But it buffers you too, Brandy. But it's buffering all the women that got some shit to say. So
Yes.
Mm-mm-mm.
Man, that's deep, and like it's some serious programming. And just to add on to what you were saying about the whole transgender thing where they try to replace the woman with a man and try to do something that's literally impossible. You can't even
Right.
speak about. You can't even speak logically about it without somebody saying you're being homophobic or you're against the LGBT community. I'm not against anything because I don't care what anybody decides to do with their life because I'm not going to have to deal with the repercussions of what they do. The thing that I'm concerned with is not accepting something that I know isn't natural, and I'm not going to allow somebody to force some shit down my throat.
Yes.
That's not what we do.
Right. Right.
That's some serious sorcery right there.
Yeah.
That is some
Right.
serious sorcery. Like that, it's wild. It's whew.
Yeah. Straight sorcery.
I
Because
almost
they're
got going.
all
I had to regroup and get
yeah,
it
because
together.
I felt that passion. That passion was about to kick in. He was about
Right.
to start cussing. He was about to start cussing and all that shit. Man, fuck them motherfuckers, man.
But
Fuck
bro,
them.
yo,
Like, I felt it, man.
hold on.
Like,
You know what's crazy about you saying that? There was a point in my life to where I was like that, and I was just so full of rage because I didn't. There were a lot of things that was going on that I wasn't acknowledging, but the more and more that I really tapped into my own power and accepted the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything that comes with life, I was shown that I was robbing somebody of their freedom of choice. So just because I don't agree with somebody's lifestyle does not mean I can rob somebody of their freedom of choice by not calling them what they want to be called. So for
yeah,
a long time, I would be like, oh, if this person was born a man, I'm not calling them a woman, blah, blah, blah. But then I had an epiphany and realized, like, how are you hurt in any way, shape, or form by calling somebody what they want to be called? Because the moment somebody called me out my name, it's a problem, and I don't like it. But
oh yeah,
me being so full of my ego and so egotistical, I was fine with calling people out of their name and doing things to people that I wouldn't want done to me until I realized, like, yo, that's bullshit. And you have no right to rob somebody of their freedom of choice because you don't agree with their lifestyle. And I'm speaking for myself, and like that's a revelation that I had. So I'm just like, it's not hurting you in any way to just call people what they want to be called. Yes, I still know how nature works, and I know all of that stuff. It's not going to change
yeah,
anything. But I just realized, like, I was really holding myself back by not respecting people's freedom or how they choose to use their free will because of how I see it. When how I see it don't really matter. As long as I'm doing
wow,
what works for me and everything I need to do, that's all that really matters.
brother, you speaking. I want to
Right.
tell you that
Right.
you speaking because I got so
Right.
much shit to say in between of what you were actually speaking about because that's also what I was dealing with as well. I was on that at one point thinking like I don't want to call that person that because that's not what they are.
Mm-hmm.
But I was completely in the wrong for that because that's what they want to be called. I don't even exist
Yeah.
for them to call me anything if they didn't come encounter with me. So they wouldn't have to
Right.
call them, I wouldn't have to call them shit if I ain't know who the fuck they were. So I'm in the wrong
Right.
because I decided that I wanted to make it a certain way that it wasn't comfortable for my dimension, my space and mind, but it's comfortable for the other person's particular state and mind. But yeah, it all deals with you growing up. That's part of dealing with growing. That's growth. You know, that
Right.
was a demon that you dealt with and you conquered that demon.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you
Right.
spoke on that already shows that.
And
So
that
I can tell you,
Right.
that just shows me how much like I stagnate my own growth, and just a lot of people stagnate their own growth because they're seeing things for how they want them to be instead of seeing things for what they truly are. So
mhm,
I ate 5 grams of mushrooms, right? And you know the saying, it is what it is.
yeah,
I had the epiphany that sometimes it's not even it is what it is, and half the time it is exactly what it's supposed to be. And it's just a matter
exactly.
of you tapping into your power and adjusting to the circumstances. Because a lot of people choose to identify with their trauma instead of identifying with vibrating higher. Because it's easy to identify with some trauma and shit and not
Because you
want to be better.
realize it. You know what it is. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
used to it. It's familiar. Familiarity. If that's even a real fucking word, I said familiarity.
You know, it's a
You see
real
how
Yeah, it is
niggas
a
just
word.
create
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
familiarity?
hold on.
you
Hold on.
smoking.
Savon, hey, hold up. Whoa. Rewind. Hey, it is a
You
word
like
because you created that word. It is a word because you created that word. So guess what?
It's a
It's
word.
a goddamn word.
It's in my fucking head. Stay out of my head. Leave me alone. You be in my
You
fucking
can, hey,
head,
we
right?
can do that.
As soon as you
We
said
can do
hold up,
that shit.
I was like, I know exactly what she about to say. She about to say that is the word. Damn. See? But we all got to deal with what we deal with, though, right?
But bro,
As long as
Hey,
we
you know,
accept it, that's all it's about.
yo,
right?
it's so crazy. I don't mean to cut you off, but it's so crazy you said that because there's this one of my favorite artists, Jay Electronica. He has this one song where he says, familiarity don't breed gratitude, just contempt. So it's like people are familiar with things, but since they feel they can't identify with them or they can't do what somebody else doing, they just fill themselves up with contempt and envy and all these emotions that they choose when they can choose to vibrate higher.
Yes.
Why choose war when you can choose peace? And people choose war, but then complain about it because they get caught in the crossfire and then become a casualty of war. Like that wasn't a choice. And
Mm-hmm.
some choices are I don't even want to say that because I was gonna say like some choices are unconscious, but it's like we are aware of everything we do, even if we feel like we aren't. So it's
Yeah.
just a matter of holding yourself accountable and not allowing any circumstances that goes into you making any decision to become the culprit and you identifying with why you made that decision. Because
Yeah.
that's just an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you
And
know what,
that's what
Keith?
your psychic powers are. Your
You
psychic
know,
powers are
right?
being aware. Sorry to cut you off. Your psychic powers are literally just being aware. That's what psychic is. You're receiving information, meaning you're aware. You're
Right.
conscious. Like, and you're constantly using left and right brain even when you channeling. Like receiving information, you receiving it. So to get that information and project it into the physical world with thoughts that you put out,
How you
that's
doing?
a masculine energy.
Mm-hmm.
So every time we're always using the moon and the sun, the right brain and the left brain. But yeah, that was it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I just noticed that one person. All right, but she gonna. But yeah, man.
I definitely wanted to hear what you were gonna say. Is she frozen again?
No,
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
no,
I can
she
hear you.
not frozen. She just real still. She was like,
I'm like, yo, is it
and I was
frozen?
like, damn, I think she testing us because she want us to think she buffering, but she not even buffering. She just like, ain't fucking with us.
For real, yo.
Yeah.
No, but to say what you were talking about the familiar, you got to stop being a copycat and just being original. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people, they just take off information that they hear because they just want to be sheep. You know what I'm saying? They want to follow the flock. They don't want to think for
Absolutely.
themselves. They don't want to be a free thinker.
Yes.
So
That's
the
exactly what
whole
it
the
is.
whole concept is thinking way outside the box. You have to be different. You have to stand in your solitude, and you have to stand in your godhood and set yourself apart and be different and think on a higher level.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Like, it was a point to where when I was in college, like, I would walk into a room and people would just sigh like, oh, this person again, this guy again. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You
Cause
know
they
that
like,
damn fool was about to explode or something.
yeah, like,
Right.
and they be so on edge, and it's like, motherfucker, I'm one person. What I'm gonna do? What y'all planning so in a bunch for? Yeah,
Yo,
like,
let me ask y'all this. Do y'all ever deal with this? Like, so there were a lot of people that come to my friends asking them about me instead of just coming to me.
I'm gonna tell you right now because you're intimidating. That's what it
Right.
is with your energy. You deal with an
Right.
androgynous energy as well as I spoke of about Leah and the Fuck. See, that's why I hate
Randy.
this Instagram.
I was in there earlier when you was talking about it though. Like I was
Yeah.
in there. I was listening to it.
Yeah, but you deal with androgynous energy. Most people can't put their finger on people who are androgynous. That's why they always
Right.
call certain people gay. Or is he gay? Is he back?
Mhm.
Because they don't know. You're dealing with both energies
Yep.
at a balance. So it confuses people because you're not just being one way. You're being multiple ways. And because
Right.
they can't put a motherfucking finger onto what you are, because they are so simple-minded, they don't even have the open mind to receive who the fuck you even are at
Right.
all.
And then
They don't have the
right. And on
confidence to receive
right.
this being. So therefore, they're gonna talk around you. They're gonna ask people about you. They're gonna look at you strange because of who you are. People usually know who you are before you know who you are.
Absolutely. Yo, it's so
Right.
crazy y'all say that because it's like, that's so true. Like, that's literally so true. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was in college, I was living in a predominantly white town. And,
Yeah.
like, I got my license to carry, like, I carry a gun and everything, but they had the perception that, oh, you're supposed to be scared. There's KKK, there's this, there's that. And I'm just like, okay, I can't wait.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. What the fuck is up? I don't
But
give a fuck about
but
no. Yeah, like
but bro, like
Hey, cool,
they really
crazy, and chaotic.
but
yeah.
listen, they
That's
really
what that stands for.
no, but listen, they really had people under that programming, and people were
Yeah.
really under the impression like, yo, they said there was this big water fountain down there. They're like, oh, don't go past the fountain after a certain time because this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. I walked past the fountain plenty of times and they shit happened. And like, bruh, I even dropped out of school and just was living there like I lived there for maybe 3 years because like I just enjoyed my solitude, and I feel like that's where I really learned a lot about myself and stepped into my manhood, because it's like I didn't have any, like I wasn't living with my mom. I really just had to handle shit on my own. And it's like, it really tests your resolve. Like, bruh, it's crazy because I lived like, because I was using my financial aid to pay my rent. So once I stopped going to school, I stopped receiving financial aid. And I told my landlord, I'm like, listen, I'm not in school no more. I got a job, I'm working. I'm not going to be able to pay you in full how I paid you, but I'm still going to pay you. He made the decision to agree upon that. So I was living rent free for about a year or two. And
Oh, wow.
like,
Beautiful.
bro, not one time did he approach me. Anytime he asked about rent, it was through text. Like he would come to the apartment to do repairs. He would text me like, oh, you have to get your place inspected. Not one time did he like say anything to me face to face about money, because he knew, like he knew what energy he was dealing with, and he just had to accept it. Like, bro, living out there just showed me so much about life, man. Like they tell you all the white supremacy shit. Don't do this, don't do that. I was doing everything they told me not to do, and I was fine.
Because you didn't give a fuck. You were being yourself. When you're being yourself, nobody can fuck with you. Literally, that's what life is about. When you're being yourself, you're already in the spirit world. You're dealing with demonic energy. Like, you notice whenever, and I said this earlier, whenever you being yourself, somebody tries to come and break it up. And that's what
and old dude, right. And old dude just had to honor the God in you. That's all.
Absolutely.
He had to honor that.
Yeah.
He had to honor it. He had no choice but to honor it. They know. That's the reason why it's so much attacks. That's why it's so much attacks on melanated people. That's why, because they know we have we are the God DNA. We are it. We're the creators. So once they see that energy and feel that energy, they have to. I'm telling you, because they scared as hell. They have to obey. So that's why they hit all these fear tactics at us, and all this distractions with entertainment, all this bullshit, all this stuff dealing with the world. It's a distraction to get us off our level from our godhood.
Yo, that is facts. Let me tell y'all this too. So, I had got like a credit card or something, and it went to collections. So, the debt, the original creditor that I had the debt with, they sold it to a debt buyer. So what the debt buyer did was sent it to court. So the sheriff was coming to my house every day, knocking on my door to serve me with a notice. And like I had a camera, so I was able to see when they was there. So, bruh, it was just crazy because like they just couldn't serve me. And I would be leaving out, I would be coming back, like, but I just would never run into them. They couldn't
Exactly.
they couldn't keep up with me.
Exactly. And that's exactly what the fuck Bobby Hemming was talking about. Remember, it was a video where he said you could be so much into your power, it could be trouble right where you are, literally in front of you, and you won't see it, or that trouble won't come encounter with you because you're less dense. You're less dense when you have a consciousness to rise yourself.
Bro, that is
You
so
become
true.
less dense, so you're less physical.
Keith,
Yeah.
I will tell you this, bro. You are invisible until you want to be visible. That's how much power you got.
Amen.
Yes.
That's all it
Until you
is.
want to be seen.
You are invisible till you want to be visible, because guess what? You are the motherfucking hero, the Heru.
Yes.
That's what you are. So we can do that shit. If we want to, if we want to get our way in and out of stuff, we can do that. We can walk through walls if we wanted to.
Exactly.
That's how powerful we are. But you gotta believe that shit.
Yo, it's so crazy.
We can levitate. We can do all that. We can do all that. Anything. Look, let me tell you something. Whenever, and you know this too, but I'm gonna backtrack and I'm gonna put this on your conscience. Go back and look at every superhero movie. Don't worry about the superhero. Always look at the villain. That's who you are.
Absolutely.
That's the fuck who you are.
You are the villain. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You the villain.
You are Joker. You are Bane.
That's him. Yo.
You
you
are. Did you remember when Bane said, you fight like a young man. Nothing held back.
Yo, let me tell you this,
my nigga.
Bro, let me tell y'all this. It's so crazy y'all said that, because I had another shroom trip to where I was crying, right? So as I'm crying, like I just start I say to myself, and I say this as I'm crying, I'm like, what are you gonna do? Cry about it? And then after that I just start cracking up. So I was like, yo, I feel like
you bust out laughing while you were crying. Like you literally just conquered a demon. Right. You was like, wow, why am I crying? You self-reflected to receive light, and you instantly got it just by you laughing.
Like,
wow.
It's so crazy, because it's like something else that I tell people. It's like it's a distinct difference between believing and knowing. And when you know, you're not dabbling in belief because you're too busy just knowing. So everything we're talking about right now, it's not a matter of belief. We know. It's just everybody else that's just unaware and really don't know, or that's just choosing to be oblivious or not step into their power. So it's like people say, oh, I don't believe in levitation. I don't believe this. I don't believe that. Your belief is not going to change the fact that people out here levitating and doing things that you don't believe. So,
exactly.
That's a true alchemist, to be in the I know. Because I am.
I am the I am.
And when you're in the knowing, you are being what? Yourself. Like this shit is all about being who the fuck you truly are, and you taking action in doing so.
But bruh, like this is why I be telling people, like, life is simple yet it's complex, because we make it complex. But when we just go with the flow and not control the flow, we really see how simple life is.
Yes, exactly. Right. Spirituality is very simple. All of these gods and sigils and shit people be trying to put out, it's like you already got all of this shit,
bro.
Already.
I'm so glad you said that, bro. Like I'm really so glad you said that, because it's like I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. Like I might have like burnt some incense and burnt some candles, but as far as like doing rituals, like real rituals and all of that, I never did none of that. Like I never did none of that because like I don't know how. It's not because like I wasn't interested or I didn't want to. It's just like I just never did it because I didn't feel the need to, because I was just really tapped into my knowing. Like back to when I was saying I was living rent free. Like I didn't pay my light bill, my electric bill, nothing. And I'm just like, they not gonna turn my shit off. They ain't gonna turn my power off. And
But guess what?
they,
That is a ritual and a spell. You was already doing the shit. You had the intent.
Right.
You had the knowing to know that they won't do what? Cut your shit off. Cutting something off is an intent. That is a cause that has an effect. Cause and effect is a spell.
bro,
So
All you did was
you knew
right.
that they wasn't gonna cut your shit off, and they didn't because you did a spell. And that spell
Right.
was already in your mind.
I ain't
You
even think about it
did.
like that. I ain't even look at it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Keith. You basically did like just like what Devon was saying, and it is so true what he's saying. But you also did a command. That's basically what you did. It's like, no, fuck this shit. I'm gonna
Fuck
pay
this
this
shit.
when I get ready to pay it. It's gonna get cut off when I say it's gonna get cut off. Now y'all not putting no time limit or no date on my shit.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Boy,
You gotta.
and you wonder why people don't want to address you directly, because you dealing with
Right.
some other shit, man.
Yeah.
Trust me, when I walk down the street, motherfuckers be like, what the fuck is that? It's either like that,
Yo,
because you gonna always see colors. You gonna always see
bro,
colors. Even in the winter, I dress bright.
Bro,
And they like, damn,
it's so crazy
I
you
see
said that.
you.
Bro, it's so crazy you said that, because my aunt, she see me, she was like, if I see you walking down the street, I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't fuck with him.
Yeah, like you have an energy with you where it's like,
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
And even with Leah, you know, even with Brandy that was on here earlier, everyone has an energy with them that doesn't allow certain energies to fuck with them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what the fuck it
Right.
is. When we became conscious, we literally fucking died. We not just
Right.
we literally died
Oh.
when we became conscious, because the level of our density, the level of our consciousness has risen, and it's constantly rising. And when you rise the vibration and the consciousness of something, it becomes less physical to the human eyes.
Right. And right, Keith.
So you
I
don't
will
even
say-
exist. You ain't even here
Right.
because of your consciousness. You probably just here
Right.
to either help somebody or to just gain something, some knowledge that you forgot, and you just bringing it right back to your knowing. But
Right.
it's already in you, everything.
Absolutely.
I promise you.
Right.
Like, yo,
Right. I have to.
before you say, oh yeah, go ahead.
I have to say this to you, Keith, and I want you to look it up after I say this. I keep getting that you are some type of general, some with your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I picked up. You're a general somewhere, some aspect of that. That's why you can force things to go in your direction and go in your way, easy peasy. So that's what I get from you. You have a general spirit on you.
Yes. It's a very warrior Mars like energy. So you might got a lot of fire in your chart, or depending on in your chart. And I don't even like talking about natal charts because it's just another bite.
But look, since you said that, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a Taurus. I got a Taurus moon, Scorpio rising, and some Virgo somewhere in there. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's what it is.
Yeah, but that Taurus moon really set the mood, because mood and moon, that moon deals with your subconscious. So your subconscious is very structured. And whenever your subconscious is structured, because you got Taurus and you know the moon, that means that motherfuckers really can't break you the way they feel like they
Right.
would like to,
No,
because they can't get into your head.
I think I know what it is. Y'all tell me if I'm right. I got Chiron in my 12th house.
I've heard of Chiron, but I don't
And
really.
it's like
Mhm.
from my research, it's like the wounded healer or something like that. I don't really know much about it, but
Yeah.
like maybe that can be what the warrior spirit is, that the Chiron.
Yeah, I know exactly what that is. That's dealing with the centaur.
Mm.
Is that what you said? Because they buffering her
Yeah,
again.
they fucking with her.
You see, every boy,
Yo.
I'm gonna do a ritual. I'm gonna get drunk tonight and do a big ritual on them motherfuckers.
No.
I'm gonna blow them motherfuckers.
No, seriously.
Boy, I'm gonna get them niggas when I get off this shit.
Yes.
But yeah,
But you were saying that's dealing with he was a centaur. And he was like a how can I say it? He was some kind of authority figure. So that's where I'm picking up the general part from.
Mm-hmm.
Cause centaurs, we some motherfuckers. Cause I'm a Sagittarius myself, and we we have leadership all over us. We don't fuck around with anything. It's like you mess over us, I got an arrow right on you. I'm gonna get my spear and I'm gonna hit your ass. I ain't gonna play with you.
We not gonna play.
Yo, it's so crazy you said that, because I was telling my homie the other day, like, so y'all see those I'm pretty sure y'all seen videos of people that are like real into guns and that's always training and just doing all this shit. So I'm like, these people spend so much time being technical that they forget to be practical. Because when you're practical, you don't need to be technical.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'd rather be practical than to be tactical, because when you're practical,
right,
you just familiar and know how things work, and you don't have to worry about being tactical.
Yeah, being tactical actually takes more energy, because it's like you have to figure out something. When you got to figure something out, I mean, it just takes more energy to direct whatever you are trying to figure out. So when you're actually just practical, it's simple. It's really common sense a lot of the times when people are practical. So it doesn't take much energy at all.
For
real. But when you're tactical, I mean, it takes more energy to be tactical, you know?
You tired in 30 seconds.
You got to think that and how this is going to turn out and how that. So, yeah.
That's so true, yo. Like, that's so true.
And side note, I don't know how tall you are, but usually short people have that aggressive Mars.
I'm sure. I'm pretty sure.
You don't even really see tall people with warrior-like spirits like that. What tall nigga you know is mighty?
No.
You don't know no tall niggas. All the niggas you know that are mighty are short niggas. Look at Bruce Lee, one of the mightiest niggas on the planet, and he's one of the shortest niggas on the planet.
Shit, look at Fidel Castro.
Look at everybody. Like, they're all. You're never gonna, because really. And this is nothing against tall people, because I kind of think I'm tall, but I'm really just 6 feet. But tall. You don't really see too many tall people who are powerful. Powerful. They got that warrior-like spirit and everything. But you always see somebody short with anger issues, and that anger actually is that warrior spirit. But as long as that person can handle or balance out their anger, that is what they supposed to be any fucking way. Who said that you supposed to be happy down this motherfucker? You just supposed to find balance. You ain't supposed to be happy all the time. You supposed to be angry sometimes. That anger is how you deal with it. It's how you balance it out. If you're gonna be angry all the time, then that.
You hitting it right on the head. Like, I be telling people that love and light shit is cat, because it's like, it's not always love and light. Like, I'm not, no shade to the love and light shit, but you gotta deal with some darkness before you get to the light. So how is love and light the way of life?
No, it's supposed to be.
Really?
Like, bro,
right? It's supposed to be good and evil. Right. It's supposed to be the balance of good and evil. So, and that's with anything. So I can be sweet and kind to you, but I can also be a bitch at
Yeah.
times too. And I can also be, you know, sweet, kind, loving, caring. But if, baby, if you need me to be a hoe, I'll be a hoe.
Yeah. And
I'm
that's what
just
it's all
saying.
about. You
I'm just
supposed to do that.
saying.
You're like, I want to be a hoe. You gonna be a whore. I want to be good. You gonna be good. But yeah, like that's what it's about. Like even when it comes to relationships,
Right.
like that love and light shit, really what they're symbolically saying, and motherfuckers only be knowing what the fuck they saying. Love just mean accept. So if a motherfucker is saying love and light, they're really just saying accept light. We
No
already
darkness.
accepted light. Yeah,
There's no
like
balance.
there's no balance in that because acceptance is darkness. You have to receive. Receiving is the divine feminine. So in that
Right.
wording in general, they're already fucking up. Love and light. Love means accept. Accept pulls energy. It is
But here's
constantly conjuring. And
Savon.
light,
Savon.
yeah,
But look, listen to this. Love is the light. So how can love and light? You get what I'm saying? It can't.
it don't even
Love
make
is
sense.
already light.
You know,
Exactly. That's like you hearing me explain this. That's like it still don't really make sense because it's like love is light.
Thank
Like
you.
you just said
So
the
I need the
same
darkness
word.
somewhere.
Yeah, like. And then you look at people and they got questions as to why you feel or think that. And it's like, it's really simple. Like, y'all niggas is thinking too much about this. Like, this shit, you will find this information in a place you would never look. Most motherfuckers will never look within themselves.
but bro,
for any-
believe
No.
yo, it's so crazy about you saying that. Like, it's so crazy to me how much information and stuff found me without me even having to look or do too much work. Because listen, my cousin, his mom was married to like a 33rd degree Mason, and like he gives me all of their books, like all the books they got.
Okay.
So
I've seen them.
Okay.
Yeah,
bruh,
I've seen them. Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
tapping into books that people got to put years in to read and to touch without even doing
Yeah.
anything but
Right.
just being me. So like when you really being you and vibing in your frequency, you'll be surprised what finds you without you even having to do nothing
Exactly.
but be you.
Yes.
Right.
And being you is chaotic. We're chaotic just by being our motherfucking self. That's why the cracker can't kill you. Even when you're not even trying to be conscious, you are still being chaotic.
What they say, real niggas don't die, they multiply.
Exactly. They multiply. They creating more things. I mean,
Cause bro, think about it like this: just how it's only 3 of us on here, but it's millions and millions and millions of other energies and neurons or whatever you want to call it that's vibing on the same frequency. So
yeah,
it's really multiplying. So you
yeah,
really don't die. Like
at
impossible.
all. Like at all. Like you can't fucking die. Like that's why motherfuckers who don't fear death, like they're some of the most powerful people that walk, because they don't fear themselves. Death is you. You are already dead. Knock knock. You died when you became
Anybody
conscious. Literally, death is literally already here. You're already dead. You
But bro,
think you alive right now, though, don't you?
let me take it a step
No.
further. Let me take it a step further. We die every time we lay our head down and go to sleep.
Yeah. You are dead already, motherfucker. So guess what you think you doing when you wake up? If you dead when you go to sleep, what the hell is it when you wake up? You're in a lower realm than death.
It's an eternal
Death,
slumber.
the lowest realm. Listen, the lowest realm of death is what? Life. God damn.
Hey, look at it like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. Look at it from this metaphor. Have you ever seen any vampire movie? You know, whenever you get bitten, after you get bitten, the person ends up dying. and then another spirit takes over, like their dark side takes over. Look at it like this, Keith. You got bitten with true knowledge. So that old aspect of you died. That human self died. And then all of a sudden your spirit arrives. That's how you gotta look at it.
No,
So
that's so
look, you the true vampire and live in that aspect. You the true vampire, live in that.
absolutely.
You know, suck on that blood of melanin, absorb all the information that you can. Yes,
and
absorb it
you
all.
just said everything you just said reminded me of a metamorphosis. I don't know if it's like a caterpillar or a butterfly that really like do a caterpillar turn into a butterfly or what? However it goes, they're shedding their old self to really vibe in their highest frequency and be the beautiful butterfly.
Right.
They die. They turn into that cocoon. They die, and then they do what? They're able to what? Fly. Flight is the spirit. Butterflies are dead too. They become flight. They develop the ability to fly when they actually die, and they go into that metamorphosis where they're actually growing and shaping themselves with the consciousness to die and be able to fly.
Bro,
after.
Yo, it's so crazy you say that. Think about the lyrics to "I Believe I Can Fly." I used to think that I could not go on.
Exactly.
Right.
Come on, man.
No, look, if I can see it, then I can do it or be it, whatever.
Right.
If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. Like, it's really about what you know.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
what you believe, no, whatever.
What you believe in.
It's on you. The ball is forever in your court. So you can hold somebody else accountable. You can blame somebody else. You can point the finger, do that. But the finger always comes back to you.
Right.
Yeah. At all times.
Because you the beginning and the end. That's why the Alpha and Omega, the original OG. You are the real MC, which is the master creator.
Yeah. Hello.
Y'all spitting, yo.
No, we on this motherfucker just vibing, man.
No, bro.
I don't even realize we've been on here 1 hour and 37 minutes, but wow.
Right. And if you didn't catch that last part, like I said, you the original MC. When they say MC, that means you the master creator of all things.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So that's what that means.
Woo. Confirmation.
That should be a goddamn microphone dropper. I don't even know what to say after she said that. I'm speechless. Like, I don't know what to say.
Moment of silence.
Yeah, let's be quiet for a minute and just look at each other. We're going to just look at each other. We're going to do it again now. You remember we did this before. We're going to have to self-reflect after certain shit from now on.
Yo,
let me just look at you.
Yo, for real, yo. Oh, man.
This is beautiful, man. It's always wonderful to build with people because it's like me being in this thing in the beginning, I was like, I wasn't really trying to build too much, because I realized I always had certain people around me that wanted what I had, but they didn't want to do it, and you're going to get that a lot when you are the light and you know that you're the light. You're going to get people who want what you have, but they can't get what you have because they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to be themselves.
The true and living.
Mm-hmm. They don't know how to be themselves, so they can't get what you got. You being yourself. You in your energy. But
say hey to my mom.
Right.
How you doing, Mom?
Hey. Y'all got him all excited.
She said y'all got me excited.
We're excited to have him.
I said, who are you talking to? I got you talking all loud. I'm sorry, not loud, passionate.
Yeah, he's definitely passionate for sure. How you doing, Mom? How you doing? How you feel?
I'm good. I didn't mean to cut in, but I just needed to see who had him so excited.
If it wasn't for this beautiful woman right here, I would cease to exist. So, like,
Yeah.
this is who all the things,
Most definitely.
praise, everything go to. I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for my mom.
It's not me, it's God.
That too, but God
Mom
and
is
the version
God.
of my
There
mom.
you go.
Divine goddess.
Thank you, Mom.
I have
We
to thank you
appreciate you for
guys.
bringing him. Yeah.
I have to thank you guys because I think that he listened to you all because I saw him kind of like all over the place. And I see a
Mhm.
different person that makes me feel so happy inside. So
That's wonderful.
Good.
I thank you all because he's listening and he's learning and I'm learning from him. So I
That's
thank you
wonderful.
all. I appreciate it.
Oh, no
How you doing?
problem. Thank you, Mom. You know,
So
but
keep up the good
he,
work.
yeah, he is. We are all teaching each other. You know, it's
Right.
all a reverberation. So
That's
it's
good.
being passed around. You know, and we appreciate you as well.
That's good.
Thank
So
Yes.
whatever you all are sharing, trust me, I learned from him. He keep me on my toes.
you.
And
Mhm.
I'm grateful for that
Good.
because we often get caught up in life and he constantly reminds me and I'm happy. I was so
Mhm.
closed and
Good.
shuttered, like my mom, old school, my way or the highway. I don't want to hear it. And I listened to him. I listened to how he felt and how I was making him feel and how my responses was making him feel.
Yeah.
And old school parents, we just didn't listen. And I
Right.
listened and I felt good because I didn't realize the mistakes I was making because I wasn't listening. So the
Mhm.
dialect is so helpful to everyone. So
Yes.
thank you.
Mhm. Oh,
And
no
I'm sorry,
problem.
I didn't mean to inter-
No, trust
No,
me.
you
We're
good.
quiet
Thank
because
I didn't
you.
we're
mean to
receptive
interrupt.
of what you're saying. Can you join this live one day?
I would be
Yes.
more
That's
than
a
happy
serious
to.
question.
I would be more than happy to.
Okay.
And if he talked too much, he probably got it from me.
No, he doesn't talk too much at
Because
all.
we just
We're
love
all respectful, so
we
we
love
let each
people, we
other.
love good energy, and you guys have good energy.
Thank you,
So
Thank
thank
that's
you.
you.
that's
And
Thank
great.
you
you.
do as well. And I knew it as soon as you came over to the camera. But I would like you to join one day, only if you want to.
I would be more than happy as long as I'm not imposing. I would be more than happy
You're not,
Hmm.
you're
because
not
Oh
imposing.
no,
I can
yeah.
always learn. I'll be 54, so hey, I'm always willing to learn.
Oh wow, 54.
54.
I would
Yeah,
have
look
never
at it.
guessed that. I
Oh,
would have guessed
that's that
about
innocence.
45.
Tavon,
Yeah,
Tavon, that's that
Are you trying to
innocence
make
we
me
talking
old?
about.
45? Look,
yeah. That's definitely that innocent.
That
Yeah,
she has an innocent spirit. She's
yeah. She
open.
does.
you hear me? 45.
Yeah.
That's old. No.
45 is not even really in your prime yet. Like you kind of like in the middle when you
But you know what I
45.
got?
So
You know what I got spoiled. People be like, "Oh, you look like you're in your 30s." I'll be like, "Girl, I'm 50. I'll be 54." And now you talking about 45. You see me
Oh,
get an attitude 45.
yeah, my bad.
no,
No, but
What they
listen,
say? Black don't crack.
I was just trying to reverse the age. You said 54, right?
Yes, I'll be
You got
54 in
so
July.
I just reversed the age and I was like 45. It was actually younger than that, but I didn't really
right,
want to say that. So I just reversed your age and was like 45.
Look, so
Yeah.
y'all
right.
see where he get it from, right?
But right. But just know that your 50s, that's your jubilee years.
That's what I
Yes.
keep telling people. They keep
That's
acting
your
Uh-huh.
like
jubilee years.
they say you old. No, I'm not. I'm not going to ever be old.
No.
I'm
No.
going to be 80,
Not
and I'm not
you.
going to ever be old.
The fact that you're willing
Yeah.
to learn, you can never be old because of that. You get old when you become stagnant.
But but
Amen.
Yes.
but guess what? I be trying to teach my sisters because listen, baby, I'm glad I wasn't born in the whatever year they were born. I think it was the 60s or the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever it was, they all crazy and they cuss a lot and oh my God, it's just insane. But they do listen. So a lot of things that he teach me, I just say, well, I learned from Keith, and everyone loves Keith. So,
Yeah.
they tend to listen. So I'm so grateful for him because I'm openly admitting, I didn't listen. It was my way or the highway. And I had to realize that I had to listen. It's not always my way. I'm not always right. And I've learned a lot from him. He's made me a better person. Just by pointing
Right.
out I wasn't wrong, but my reaction was wrong, or how I responded was wrong.
Yes.
Right.
And he get me, and even when he get me, I just be like, I wish he would just be quiet some damn time.
She always think I'm picking on her.
Wow, Mom, we are glad that you came on here and said what you said, because guess what? Not a lot of moms have that energy with them where they're confident enough to even approach and put their son out there as the helper of the mother. He helped you, of course you helped him, but not a lot of moms say, my son helped me. My son is the light. Your son Keith is definitely the light. That's exactly why people are so drawn to him, you know. But the fact that his mom is right by his side and showing him, look, son, I got you. Listen, mom is saying, look, son. So he's the son, he's the light. I got you.
Yep.
We appreciate you for that.
But you know what? It was difficult, you know, hearing someone say, but mom, you don't listen. But mom, I have feelings too, and my feelings are hurt. And I think because I grew up with a mom who was hurt, like growing up, she was hurt. So she didn't understand like love and affection and things like that. And I listened to her stories before she passed, and I shared them with all my children. And I said, oftentimes we only do what we know because we don't know anything different. But then when someone tells you different, like I didn't know that he was hurt by my saying, this is how it is. I don't care what you think. I don't care how you feel. When he said that to me, I may not have liked it because I was uncomfortable with the truth. And you know, the truth hurts. And no one wants to hear the truth. But that's saying the truth will set you free. It will. Because I listened to it and I processed it in my head over and over again. And the conversations got a lot easier because I was willing to listen, and I understood that he does have a voice. He does have an opinion. I'm not always right. And because I listened, I learned a lot from him. Like even joking, I saw a neighbor yesterday. She was a younger girl. And I said to Keith, I was like, ooh, she got fat. And I'm just whispering it to him. I whispered it to him, but he made me feel like I had said it on a loudspeaker. The whole entire block heard me, right? And I'm saying, but Keith, why are you chastising me? I said it to you. But again, I listened to what he was saying, and him saying like, you know, you just have to be conscious about what you're saying. Even if you're just saying it to me, it's not mean, but I just have to change that thought of even wanting to say something like, oh, she's fat.
Yes.
So I tell you, I listen. I
And
listen.
that's what makes you the mother you are. I'm pretty sure he appreciates you more than anything.
She don't even understand. She don't even know.
That is a beautiful, beautiful feeling of a mother listening to her son and still being a mother.
Yeah, he's been helpful, but I thank you all because I know he's on the computer and he's having conversations and he's talking and he's listening, and it's because of you guys. It's, you know, you guys share information and he passes it on. And trust me, I pass it on too. I'm quick to tell everybody that was wrong. You don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. I'm giving it to you out of love, as lightly as I can. Anything harder than this, you probably won't hear it. So I'm gonna just leave that there. You were wrong. It's okay. We make mistakes. And next time, just try it a little different. That's all. So thanks to Keith.
Well,
you know.
I want to say, I do want to say thank you, Goddess, for coming here, and I want to point this out too to Devon. This aspect, I want if you can get your son back in the come back, Keith. We can get you back in here. Get your mom in there too. I want to demonstrate something. In the spiritually, you're representing this right here. That's Isis and Horus, baby Horus.
Wow.
That's what y'all representing right here.
That's exactly what that is.
Wow.
Isis and Horus.
That's representing the Mother Earth right here, all aspects, because from you, just from your divinity alone, all aspects of life come through the Black woman. It always has, and it will always be. And your son, he's demonstrating Horus, and while you're demonstrating Isis, and that's the aspect I got the whole time that I was listening to y'all. Because guess what? This is how it's supposed to be. This
is
of
amazing
how
to me, because if you
it's supposed to be.
Yes,
if
exactly.
you all had met my mother, like, she was, when I tell you tough, she was old school, like old school tough, cuss you out, but it was out of love. And what was so amazing is when she died, it was not even standing room only in the church. And it was people that knew her from growing up under her, because she was like the matriarch of the entire neighborhood. And people said, Miss Mayo may have cussed you and she may have hit you, but she loved you and she did it out of love.
Yes.
So, I learned that, and that toughness that I had about me, I thank Keith for, forcing me. Because I say, had he not been willing to say how he felt, I would have never been able to make the change. So, God bless you all. And thank you.
No, thank you.
I appreciate it. But I just had to see who was making Keith talk loud, because he was excited. But I don't mean to interfere. You guys can go back. You all are beautiful. And it was nice talking to you all.
Oh, no problem. It's wonderful speaking to you. I would really actually like to speak to you one day on video.
Y'all can tap me. Keith will tell you. I'm open.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I'm for sure going to DM him and let him know, look, bring your mom on here so she can put her words in there,
Absolutely.
This platform is really just all about expressing yourself through consciousness. That's all.
And we need that now. It's so much confusion in the world right now that, we need that. And you all are your energy is just amazing.
Thank you.
Your energy is amazing. Your energy. She disappeared.
Yeah, they always messing with her.
That's because they messing with our internet.
You know why? Because that ain't nothing but the devil.
We kicked them off.
Ain't nothing but the mother effing devil.
That's all.
I was gonna cuss, but it ain't nothing but the mother effing devil. Yes.
Look, sometimes it's slipping. I say, Lord, forgive me, because he be on our backs, but it's all right.
Yeah.
But tell her, send her my just happiness. It was nice talking to you all. And, just tell Keith. Anything
most definitely.
Share, you'd be surprised. A word can help anyone.
Yes.
A word can help anyone. So it was nice talking to you.
Thank you, Mom. I really appreciate you. And I'm only 20. If you're wondering, I'm only 26, by the way. And my name is Tavon Maiden. So
hey,
I don't
Mom,
want to.
I'm Antoinette. Thank God you made it to 26.
Thank you.
That's a blessing for our young men nowadays. But you made it to 26 because of where you are.
Yes. Thank you.
You are. And God, He works through us in certain ways. And you have that. Just don't stop.
Oh yeah, we can't stop.
Don't stop.
If we stop, we get old. We get stagnant.
That's why I keep.
So if we keep moving, we still in our childlike state of mind. We ripping and running. But if we stay still, we're gonna get old. I'm telling you.
Even when I'm out with Keith and people be like, "That's your mom."
Like I said, I only said 45 because I was reversing 54.
I was joking with you.
In my head, I already had 30. But I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
But it was good talking to you. And tell the young lady I said it was great talking to you all. And y'all can invite me. I'm okay. I'll be
yeah. Trust me. I'm gonna definitely let Keith. Hey, bring your mom on here now. She wanna speak. You got to let her speak now.
both of us, you'll be like, wait a minute. I can only
Nah.
one at a time.
Like,
we really might shut Instagram down.
They'll be like, both of them can't be on there at the same time.
It's gonna be glitching for real, man.
yes, it will, for
Well,
sure.
That's why I kicked her off. Like, oh, it sounds like it's two of them from the same house.
Too much, too powerful. That energy.
Yeah, it's 2 of them.
Yeah.
We got 4 of them in separate different parts of the world, but now like, we got 2 of them in the same house, in the same spot. Like, yeah, we're going to have to shut this shit down. Sorry.
All
Yeah.
4 of them not going to be on there at the same time.
Yeah.
Kick her off, but they're on the same
Yeah.
floor, so we can't kick them
Take
off.
them off. Take them off.
But I'll let you all go. I'll talk to you, okay?
Oh, yeah, trust me. Thank you. Sending love to
Thank
you.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Take
I
care.
accept it. Thanks.
All right.
You too.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man, that was beautiful. Wow. She
Like,
literally set the stones for tonight. That's what Leah just said, you know, the Victoria Priestess. Like,
for real, bruh. Like, we literally just exemplified that, like, throughout the whole,
exactly.
even before I got on here, like, it was just an exemplification of everything.
Mhm.
It's beautiful, man. Like,
Yeah.
you really can't make this up.
Yeah. She gave you confirmation of everything that you were doing. Literally. You might have even had questions on if you were doing things right. And she came along on live to say, look, y'all, he's doing a lot of things right.
Mm-hmm.
He helped me. And I appreciate her for that. That's powerful right there. This live is definitely going up.
Yeah,
Your name's going to be tagged. This got to go up.
bro.
Yeah.
Although I was here to experience it, I can't wait to rewatch it from the beginning, like, and see everything.
Yeah. No, but man, it was an honor to have you on here. It was an honor to have everybody on here. Let me cut this later. But yeah, you know, we doing the damn thing, man, and that's what it's about. You know, we can be occultists, we can be separate because that's what occultists are able to do. They're able to be separate, but as long as you're able to come together, just so you can be grounded with other people, because we can't be in space so much. You know, when we sometimes we feel like we occultists, we don't have to open up or speak to other people. Like, us being balanced is us basically joining in with other people at least sometimes.
Bro, you saying that made me think about the court case Plessy versus Ferguson, and in this case, they determined black people they're separate but equal. So you know, during the whole civil rights time, during segregation and all of that, they made separate but equal. So it's like, yeah, we're occultists and all of that, but we're still just as equal as everybody else.
Exactly. Yes.
So, you know what I'm saying? Bruh, it's a beautiful thing, man. Like, man, my heart is so full right now. Like,
yeah, me too, man. Me too. And this it feels so good that it's like, what more could we fucking talk about? Like, your mom came in here, she spoke, she did what she did, and she pretty much dropped the mic. Even Leah left.
bruh,
Your mama came in so strong. Leah was like, pew! But it's not even like Leah did that. It's like, that's just what happened. This was supposed to happen. This is not a negative thing.
And
this
she
is
was
really
able
good.
to drop the Horus and Isis pick before she dipped off, which was
Yeah.
even more beautiful.
She was like, this is y'all, because that's exactly who y'all were. And guess what? One thing that you noticed also is that sky blue color that she showed.
Mm-hmm.
Sky blue represents the throat chakra. So you expressing to the people, see? Yeah. You expressing to the, and you see I got a little turquoise and sky blue in here, but you literally are expressing who you are through your voice, through your throat chakra. And that's exactly when she showed that turquoise and that sky blue colored, you know, image. That was literally the throat chakra showing you what you were actually expressing. So none of this stuff happened by accident. There
Nothing is
is
by
no
accident.
accident.
There's no such
Nothing is by
thing.
accidents. There's no coincidences.
Yo, remember what I said earlier? Sometimes it's not even, it is what it is, and it is exactly what it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Like,
It is
perfect
exactly
example. Perfect example. Right before our eyes. Man, it's a
what.
beautiful thing, bro. Like,
Yeah,
seriously.
exactly. Where you see literally your manifestations and everybody else saw it too. So it's not like nobody could do this shit. It's just do it and don't think about it. Because if you did it, why you got to think about it?
Absolutely. Because if you got to think about it, you ain't doing it.
Yeah, you don't know if you got to think about it. If you know when you actually know, when you don't have to think about it
If you
anymore.
know, you know.
You know. Yeah, like what the fuck I'm gonna go see if my woman cheating for if I already know she cheating? Like I'm fucking my own self up.
You better off
I'm
just banging your
causing
head against the wall.
anxiety. I'm causing stress in my life because I'm looking to see if she cheating and I already know. I'm a fucking psychopath.
But bro, think about it like this: if you know she cheating and you still go look for her to cheat, you better off just bang your head against the wall since you want to put yourself through the moves.
Exactly. Yeah, because it's like you already know. What more do you have to prove?
Bro.
Wow.
And one more thing I want to say, I did check and see that your package got delivered, so I'm
Thank you.
assuming that you got it and everything
Yeah,
came.
man, I live in the basement, so I'm gonna go upstairs soon to go see if I got a package. But to be honest, man, it's really nothing else I need to say in this live. We did this damn thing.
We did it.
Your mama then came through and she dropped bombs.
And you know what else is beautiful, bro? I was supposed to be on her twice, and I missed it both times. But the
That's fine,
first
man.
time
I don't trip off that.
was
Like,
beautiful. I know I ain't tripping either because I knew we was gonna build regardless. But
yeah,
look what we did. Like that was
exactly.
beautiful.
When you finally joined, this wasn't going to happen. This probably would have never happened the last time you joined.
It
But this was a spiritual evolution for you. Just like your mom being on this live, that is actually growth. You might have a new superpower,
bro.
awakening. You know? Yeah, just like the movie, I love this movie so much. And I know this is sidetracked, but we just flowing. I love Nacho Libre. Nacho Libre is silly as fuck.
Nacho!
Nacho! He said, they give me no nutrients. He said, I don't want to get breakthroughs. I want to win. You gave them permission to hurt me like this. Like, I know that whole movie line by line. Like, that's my shit. Like,
Shit, I think I'm.
but that was just sidetrack. That was just some little sidetrack shit. But man, we did the thing. I don't even know what to say anymore.
I just know we're gonna build in the future, and
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna DM you about some movies that I want you to check out because it goes into like a lot of the spirit shit, and like one of the key spirits in this movie was King Payman. So like it,
Oh, that's my nigga.
bro, it go deep into.
That's my.
You see,
I'm gonna tell you.
see
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna.
Hereditary?
Hmm?
You seen this movie called Hereditary,
Nah,
bro?
I've seen that as a movie title, but I never
Bro,
actually looked into it. Yeah.
you gotta check it out, bro. All I'm gonna say is King Payman is he run this shit. That's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to spoil it for you, but please
hmm
have time check that out so we can.
Yeah, most definitely. If you could send me that name again, you said it's called Heritage.
Hereditary.
Hereditary. All right. Damn, I said Heritage.
I'm gonna send you a link,
Close.
bro.
Yeah.
I think you'll really enjoy that movie, especially with everything that you be getting into and everything you be studying. I feel like it's right up your alley, man. And
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the suggestion because I'm definitely going to check it out. I was actually recently looking at this old ass movie. Came out, I think, 1987. I think it's called The Shining. The Shining.
yeah, when it
SHINING. Yeah.
through the door and shit, and the
Yeah. Uh-huh.
movie, that lady that played in that movie fucked her mental up. Like that movie fucked her up as a person because of all of the
I heard it did.
That's
Because
crazy.
Stephen King directed it. Stephen King, he got a certain psychotic mentality with him to even come up with the shit that he come up with.
Yeah, bro.
And he produced the movie. So, but man, we did the damn thing,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
But this live is over, guys. We appreciate every single person that joined this live. But this was magnificent. It really could. It can't get no better than this from today. I mean, today it can't get no better than this. It's going to get better, but not today.
Yeah,
This is the best. We're the best. Oh, never's gonna keep you down. Yeah, but we gotta admit that, because at one point I used to have a certain fear of not wanting to show power in myself. Like, because everybody always felt intimidated around me in some way. No matter if it's my energy, no matter if this is how I talk or anything.
Mhm.
A lot of people has always felt intimidated by me for some reason. So that's why I tried to really just kind of hold back on a lot of the things that I say and just my power in general. And that's not the way to go, guys, because that's not being yourself. Never minimize your motherfucking self, because you got weak motherfuckers who can't deal with your energy any fucking way. So how in the hell they gonna deal with you?
Hey man,
You're already weak.
bro, you know what I be
They
talking?
already see that you got the strength. You got the light. So why the fuck would they care about what you about? Or why wouldn't they be scared of you if you are the light?
Bro, I be telling people all the time, like, if you can't handle me or you don't like me or whatever it is, that's an
Mhm.
interpersonal issue you have to deal with
Yes.
yourself, because I'm not
You
changing
have to.
shit. So,
Yes. And especially when you
that's out
know
of my
you're
hands.
not wrong. Especially when you know you ain't in the wrong. Like, if you've done something to somebody, that's different. But you just minding your business and motherfuckers have a certain energy towards you. You in your own, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you doing you.
Bro,
But
for real.
man, this is over, man.
Yeah,
And
for real, bro.
wow,
Because
this is
we can keep
I'm,
going, and I know you
yeah,
gotta get off.
we keep saying it's over, but then my bad, man. I could be talkative, but man, I love y'all. And when I love y'all, that means I accept y'all for everything that y'all are.
Absolutely, same here, bro. Like, for,
Mhm.
and it's crazy how, like, we don't even know. I don't even know each other, because if we didn't know each other, we wouldn't have connected. So we
Exactly.
know each other, but we know each other. So that's
Yes, exactly. We all had to have known each other. Like, look how fluid this shit is. It's no way we didn't know each other at one point.
at all.
And we're just meeting back up right now. I like that painting behind you. That's beautiful.
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
My
Uh-huh.
mom, you know, bro.
Yeah. Mama be keeping things in order. And I'm glad that she is around, man. Like, I was a mama. I'm actually a mama's boy, but I'm not too close with my mom nowadays or
Mm,
my father, due to, past issues. But these are issues that they have to deal with. I've
mhm.
accepted them for who they are already. But yeah,
Absolutely,
we,
man.
but y'all have a good one, man. We're gonna go on and exit out, but I keep saying we're gonna exit out and we don't. So we're gonna finally do it this time. All right, we're gonna do our last little pose. Do a little. Y'all have a good one, y'all.